Mexican President Calderon is visiting the United States March 2nd and 3rd. We thought it would be a good time to discuss the unique threat assessment that will be written pertaining to President Calderon's visit. Calderon's visit comes at a very critical time with a confluence of issues that are taking place not only inside of Mexico but in the United States, which makes this threat assessment much more difficult than any current head of state visiting. We've had the recent high-profile killings of Americans in Mexico, such as David Hartley on Falcon Lake, the missionary killing, and the recent Zeta killing of the ICE agent. You have the politics of the immigration issue, as well as the politics of guns, meaning guns flowing into Mexico from the United States, and the domestic politics of that issue in general. Another element that will be factored into the threat assessment, regardless of the likelihood of this occurring, would be the cartel's ability to pay for high-priced mercenaries or assassins to carry out some sort of attack. One other aspect that is also factored into the threat assessment is the radical fringe linked to domestic groups of concern. Specifically, the Secret Service will be calling their database looking for adverse intelligence on individuals that have surfaced in connection to the immigration or gun issue that may have made threats against public officials. This issue is a significant one on the heels of the shooting of the Congresswoman in Tucson, Arizona. Another element that would be factored into the threat assessment would be President Calderon's statements as recent as last week, where he raised the issue of drug consumption in the United States, fueling cartel violence, as well as the United States government not doing enough to stop the flow of weapons into Mexico. Given all the concerns surrounding Calderon's visit to the United States, there will be an effort to minimize public exposure, and at any kind of event that is open, you will find enhanced screening for firearms specifically to mitigate the risk from these unknown variables, such as another John Hinckley surfacing that may not have raised the awareness of the Secret Service in Washington. The above the Tearline aspect is the politics of Calderon's visit at this moment in time, due to the confluence of events that have taken place, make this threat assessment much more complex and also raises the risk to President Calderon.